Hello friends and welcome to Parks Crafty Creations. I'm your host Brian Parks, and today we're making one of the fastest and easiest sewing projects out there, the 10-minute table runner. This is a perfect beginner project for someone just getting into the hobby, and a great go-to if you need a quick handmade gift. Before we get into it, if you enjoy this content, be sure to give us a like below, as it really does help out the channel. Do it now, please. And if you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell icon so you'll always be notified whenever a new video drops. And hey, if you love what we do here, be sure to share us with your friends. These table runners are so much fun to make. And the best part is, you only need 2 pieces of fabric and just a few straight stitches. No pattern required. Let's gather our materials. Like I said, we'll need 2 pieces of contrasting fabric to start. We do have some wiggle room to work with on these. So for the inner fabric, depending how much of an edge you want, you'll need a piece of fabric between 10 to 12 inches wide, by the width of your fabric, which is usually around 42 to 44 inches wide. And for the outer fabric, you'll need 18 inches by the width of your fabric. If your fabrics are different widths, you can either trim them to match now, or wait until you get them stitched together before sewing the ends. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit of a cheat here. I usually stitch mine together first, then trim them after to make sure that they match exactly. But hey, that's just me. Alright, now that we have our fabric cut, and assuming you trimmed the lengths to match, let's get to the fun part, stitching them together. With right sides facing together, we'll either pin or clip the long edges of our fabric together. You can do both sides or do one at a time, whichever is easier for you to handle. In case you couldn't already tell, this project is very forgiving, making it a great project for someone to start out who has never sewed before. Now, we'll bring our table runner to the sewing machine, and using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, we'll stitch down the edge we pinned or clipped together, repeating the process for the other side as well. You're now left with a long tube. Now, let's press your seams away from the center fabric so they lay flat, like you see me doing here. This will make the next part much simpler. This next step is the part nobody really talks about, but it makes a big difference in the final appearance of your table runner. Turn your fabric right side out and lay it flat on your ironing surface. You're going to carefully even out the fabric on your outside edges, making sure to match the width of both sides. Press your table runner flat, giving your edges a nice crease. Look at that, it's starting to really come together. Fold your table runner in half lengthwise, with your contrasting fabric facing you on the outside. Now, with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, we're going to stitch along the short edge. This is what's going to form the points on the ends of our table runner. Turn your seams inside to form the point and give it a good press. We're on to the home stretch. We need to hold our points in place so they don't come undone, and there's a few ways we can do this. One method is to sew a decorative button right in the middle. This is certainly fast, but it only holds your table runner in place by one point. Another option is to use a decorative stitch and stitch along the edge, similar to how we stitched our pieces together back in my sewing machine cover project. By the way, if you haven't checked that project out already, I'll put a link up above and down in the description below so you can check it out. Our other option, and my personal method, is to put my zipper foot on my machine and using matching thread so it disappears into the fabric, stitch as close to the edge as I can, making sure to keep my stitch nice and straight as I go. There you have it. You can make these for every holiday and even keep a couple on hand for when you need a last-minute gift. If you found this tutorial helpful, be sure to give us a like down below and share us with your friends. And if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell icon so you'll always be notified whenever a new video drops. Thanks for joining me today. I've been your host, Brian Parks, for Parks Crafty Creations. We'll see you next time.